handle the truth.
What up?
What's good? I'm Lou.
I'm Don.
Dre.
We got echo?
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit.
I see what's causing it. Cool. Echo should be gone.
Yep.
All right. Tracks.
All right. Happy Father's Day or belated Father's Day to all of the men out there with kids.
Yes, sir.
We got together yesterday and we're gonna talk about that a little bit. We got a whole video, but we have to show that next week because I got still collecting pictures.
Okay.
So I'm still gonna show the video, celebrating the life of a good brother. I don't know. You want to shut it off today? What you want to talk about?
All right. First of all, happy Father's Day. Celebrated all brothers and our wives or our girlfriends who are our significant others were with us. At my house, had a good little time there. Everybody, it's like one of them things, like it's one of them old school field cookouts where everybody was just vibing.
Right.
Food was flowing, the jokes was flowing, the women was with the women, and everything was good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had dudes eating extra long glizzies and
So, man, hey, I don't know where the hell he picked them joints up from, but I was
Yeah.
you ain't hear what I asked.
You want to eat that yourself, buddy.
No, you know what I asked him? I said, I asked him, I said, yo, so you active, you seriously walked into the market and saw them long joints and you reached your hand up and grabbed them and felt as though it was okay to walk out the store with extra long glizzies. I was like, what did the person at the cash register, did they go like this?
Yo, is that just a Baltimore thing?
What?
I've never called a hot dog a glizzy.
They started that shit down here.
They started getting this, man.
We grew up on hot dogs and hamburgers,
Exactly.
but all of a sudden, glizzies become gay.
These hot dogs, back home in New York, back in Philly, hot dogs. What I mean? Or basically, you went to a baseball game. A baseball game was called what? Ballpark Franks is what it was called.
Yeah,
man. And then we having hot dogs
tonight. We grew up on hot dogs. You go home, you come home from lunch, go to school. You got the hot dog and baked beans or your hot dog and SpaghettiOs. Now it's gay to eat fucking hot dogs and shit.
So now you got to call them a glizzy.
Banana, you got to break it in half. Now they call them glizzies.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Now you can't eat that shit. That bullshit.
I'm not gonna go starve or hungry because somebody said, "Oh man, you eating a glizzy?" Guess what? You can go ahead and let your rib touch your back. I'm gonna be good.
Right.
Listen, man, ain't nothing like a good a good hot dog. So ketchup, mustard, and chili and cheese, man. Shit. I'm gonna eat that motherfucker. I mean, because even a banana, you can't eat a banana.
That's bullshit.
You got some type of way. I'm like,
man, that's potassium. I'm gonna eat this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying?
You want me to sit there and peel it
and break it.
And then sit there.
But yet the monkeys that originated this shit, they
like you.
We peeled a banana. Hey, did you know you peeled a banana from the wrong end?
I'm really answering that one.
Oh, because of the hold it. Right.
So we peel it from the top.
Exactly.
Supposed to peel it from the other way so you have something to hold it with.
Yeah. So it's like you know how motherfuckers be at the devil. I ain't figured that shit. I'm like, yo, we've been peeling bananas wrong for a long motherfucking time. Well, that ain't even no bullshit. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, motherfucker.
That's why now I take it all the way out and I just snap that shit in half. Be like, all right, that other part in the napkin, I'm good.
When I'm gonna eat that, but they ain't going through all that shit. I walk down the. I don't give a fuck.
I'm just saying, if you happen to have a napkin, it's like that. But outside of that,
got grown men. Like the shit we was doing yesterday was just pure comedy. You know what I'm saying? It was all comedy.
Oh no,
now that was us being fucking funny. Because I like hot dogs and hamburgers. I don't give a fuck. But that motherfucking hot dog belongs to bitch.
Let me say this. Thank God the women was there, or there'd been a whole lot of dudes eating just a whole lot of proteins.
Look,
We wouldn't have had
cook out
not one
with no
side.
sides. No, the beans. Somebody would
Oh,
have
somebody
made
saying
beans.
brought beans.
And Ray
Would've
made
been-
potato
hey,
salad.
we
So
would've been some backed up
but it
brothers
wouldn't have
this
been no
morning,
string beans, no cabbage, no salad, no nothing.
We've been
It'd have been a
backed up.
whole. It'd have been a meat factory.
Right.
Yeah,
No
and
homo.
back- and
No
backed
homo.
up. Waiting to go.
Mm. Motherfucking wings was good as hell too.
Man,
Yo, whoever, I
That
don't
fucking white
eat, you know what's crazy?
motherfuckers-
Seafood, but whoever made that fucking seafood with the tuna fish in it, because I thought that shit was something else. That shit was good.
Yo, yeah, the seafood salad.
With the
Yeah.
tuna
My
fish,
wife-
that shit was
Yo,
good.
this is
Who made
literally how much shit we got.
Who made that?
I got a scoop of potato salad. My wife made. I got a scoop of the pasta, the seafood salad. My wife made it. The greens that Steve wife made.
Okay.
I got chicken tenders.
Did you taste
Burgers.
the Mel, bro?
I got chicken tenders, primos, and fucking hamburgers left. And out of that Weezer chicken, 3 breasts.
Wow.
You taste the pasta salad that Mel brought?
Yeah. I told you pasta salad. I said, that's all I got. They smashed shit about it.
Oh yeah, that food got beat to death.
I was like,
Yeah,
God damn. She was
man.
like, I think we got too much food. I was like, oh shit, and we ain't got enough.
But that's how
potato
you
salad,
that's
though.
how you do it.
And them beans was, I love good beans. Though.
Bruh.
Good beans, shit. We still got some. When we go home and eat some more, I said, yeah, I'm gonna kill your ass tonight.
Only thing I
Mm.
regret,
I'm gonna let it go.
I forgot to grab some corn. I was mad as shit. I was like, fuck. I should have
I
grabbed
got the corn. I had the corn. Took it
that
down.
corn. Was
I'm
good. I had it
down.
outside though.
Took the other potato salad. Yo, they fucked
Yeah.
that corn up. Ate all the fucking potato salad. The potato salad was good. It because it's different. Because my wife makes a potato salad that's more like a whipped potato.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's more
You
whipped.
like my cousin and them, but that's
Like it's.
that's grand. Hey,
that's-
I'm sorry, bro. That's old school cooking right there. I don't get.
Yeah.
My wife, yo, that's all she do,
I'm
yo.
just saying that's
Nigga, I can't lose weight. I do, but I don't. Shit, she cook on Sunday. She gonna cook 2 meats. We like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
man.
I'm happy staying about 2. I figure with her cooking, 250 is where I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna stay right at that 250
I'm
range.
gonna tell you like
And
this,
I'm
bro.
not gonna get any lower unless I say, all right, fuck
Yeah, and just go on a diet or some
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it beats the 280 I was standing at. 282. I was almost 300 pounds a couple of years ago.
Damn.
5'10", 300.
Not like a woman could
When
cook
you
that.
breathe hard, and you know the thing I told myself I would never do. You know how fat niggas their shirts stick all the way out and their stomach hang from under that shit?
Yeah,
I ain't never. That shit right there motivate me never to do that shit. Motherfucking shirt just out here, your stomach pushing the shirt out.
yeah, you stand there like
Yeah, I
this.
try to-
Yeah, nah.
Get this
I
shit
was like, it
together,
might
bro.
not ever be a 6-pack again, but goddamn if I'm gonna look like that.
Right. But so shout out to the fellas, yo. Shout out to the Grill Master for tearing that shit down. Shout out to the ladies for hooking us up with the sides. Because it was about to be mission critical out there. We'd just be eating chicken, hot dogs,
And liquor.
fucking sausages. It wouldn't have been, but the only side would have been, if it wasn't for the ladies, the only side we would have had would have been baked beans. that would have been it. So shout out to the ladies for hooking us up for Father's Day. All right, well,
Hey, my man just a heads up. My wife's cousin husband had some of the pasta salad. He going to fuck off about it. He going to fuck off about it.
That's
He
what's
was
up.
like, a time was had. Like, yo, motherfuckers that like everybody you saw there yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
we good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nobody
man.
was there. We good. Like you couldn't talk that type of shit with a motherfucker. You wasn't good.
Nigga, I walked in, they got on me. It was like, yo, what the that's like, oh, shit,
yeah.
here we go. I was like, all right, it's all love, bro.
Yo,
I started that shit. Talking, hey, Trey, let me see your foot. He said, God damn, boy. I was like, yo.
Put my foot next to his foot, yo. I look like I had on baby shoes. Son.
yeah, you got baby hands.
Oh, snap.
All right.
That was
Yeah,
crazy.
we gotta get together again. Steve might do something this weekend. Not this weekend. This Saturday. But he's thinking about Friday. What you doing?
What's going on Friday?
He's thinking about Friday or something because it's going to be like in the 90s and the pools will be jumping. So Friday or whatever. Saturday they got a wedding, and I know I think we might end up back at Steve House versus Gateway Sunday because the pool is open.
Shit, say the word.
Say less. You feel what I'm saying? So Dre, you got to take a little hump though. You got to come out to Owens Mills.
I don't care.
I'm just letting you know it's a little hump for you. You know, we look out for y'all because y'all are further, like we in the middle. So
bro, we can get anywhere we need to be, yo. It's all good.
Oh, I'm just telling you, nickel.
Yeah, we can get anywhere we
don't
need
get
to
frosty with me, Dad.
I'm not getting frosty. It's all good.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
That's what's up.
All right, what you got for us?
My topic is expectations.
Okay. Elaborate.
Okay. We all know from day one as a kid, there was expectations.
Right.
There's expectations all through life. Your mother and father expect you to go to school. They expected them to follow the rules that they put down. They expect you to do things, everything that you were supposed to do. And that in turn depends on how you were raised or whatever, what your expectations of you or yourself or whatever turned out. And once we've grown, everybody here is close to 50 or over 50. You realize that you have to adjust your expectations of people.
Right.
And usually expectations change during this process. Meeting, evaluation,
right,
and a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Because you really can't evaluate a person truthfully without. Most of the time, you got to have a conversation. You maybe need to be in their presence and see how they react.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And expectations of people. Especially, that's how you get the expectation of friends. What are your friend expectations?
Right.
What are your marriage expectations?
Right.
What are your wife expectations of you? Do you fulfill the expectations that you need to uphold?
Fulfill. Exactly.
You know that you need to fulfill.
Right.
And I think we as people, in different variations of the form of whatever you go through, we build up this false narrative of expectations of people that you don't owe shit to. And they don't owe you shit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's true.
And especially on jobs. You know what I'm saying? Because a job will expect you to work every day, don't call out, do somebody else's work. You feel what I'm saying? And then expect you not to say, hey, can I get a raise?
Well, see, I try to tell them to lower their expectations.
But that's what they think. But I tell everybody the reality is, if you drop dead today tomorrow, you can expect they're going to replace your ass. Immediately.
Hey.
You ain't even going to listen. The thing about it, you ain't even going to make it to your shit will be posted on Indeed.
Right.
Before your obituary's posted.
Before you sit down with the family to get the date to put you in the ground. Mm-hmm. I would like my thing about expectations is if you expect something of yourself and how you carry yourself or whatever, you can't force a person your expectation on the person, but you can make them understand where you stand when certain shit goes down.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, and I say, when me being what I was, your expectations was if shit hit the fan, I expect you to have my back.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I expect that when I get to work in the morning, my boss gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I expect
but that being said, outside of that too, even it applies to when the demographic when all of us get together with our other halves, and that same principle follows too, bro. Because we here together, we party together, and if some shit go down, we rocking out together. That's just how that go.
For sure.
Well, that's facts. And then, but the expectation, like I said, expectation is a big thing that I even have to relook at myself. Like, is my expectation? That's like this. This is the realest shit here. Let's say I weigh 350. But I want 36, 24, 36.
Right.
Is that a realistic expectation? But you do have some that love their man Chevy. You feel what I'm saying? But you're reassessing the expectation of yourself. Like, if I want 36, 24, 30, me, I got to be somewhere. I might not
Right,
be
you gotta
perfect.
be fit.
I don't want, not maybe not fit, but you can't look all crazy and shit. Breathing hard, just sweating, just looking at the steps. You know what I'm saying? You break out just sweating, just they just steps. You know what I'm saying? But because I was like, I said, I can say to myself in the women realm, you could be as translucent or as black as a motherfucker. Now I do have expectations of like weight size. I'm not the big girl. I'm not a big girl lover. I do chubbies, but I don't do big girls.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That ain't my thing. That on down.
Right.
Me and big girls can be front all day. We can be friends all fucking day. But
Right.
the little chubbies, we good. You know what I'm saying? I'm chubby. So, but
Me, I like women.
ask him what his nationality is.
Jamaican boy. I like a fluffy.
One.
I like a fluffy.
He said, "You're from Jamaica." He said, "Yeah, the part by the beach."
Yeah. That's crazy.
But like, I think when we have expectations, you gotta first put the hardest expectations on yourself. And me and Dre was talking about that before you got here. Like, you gotta be hard on yourself. You gotta be real with yourself first before you ask somebody else to do something. Like, for example, women have expectations of these things of men, but if you wear fake hair, fake nails, fake eyelashes, your boobs fake, your ass fake, why you think you gonna find a real man? Probably gonna find a fake one.
And you know what's crazy about that? Because most of them do it, and like I say, I'm not knocking nobody who do that, who feels that they have to do that because of their self-esteem or what have you. I just think that some women as a whole have natural beauty where they don't need all that. But if you're out there and that's what you're chasing, that's what you're going to get. But once you get there and then it's time to go another route, then the sun rises, bro. You got a whole nother person you didn't come home that night with. It's a whole different.
Here's the thing. Why I said we came up in the best time in life, because when we came up, when I was in middle school and early parts of high school, all the chicks were stick women.
Yeah.
You had a few of the ones that was built like grown women, but the football players was fucking them, or the basketball players was fucking them, or the local drug dealer, the nigga was too old, was fucking them. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had no shots there, man. I was probably the size of this motherfucking pin right like this. Nigga, I was probably 110 pounds soaking wet when I was a freshman.
Yeah, but
I fit the dynamics of all the freshmen at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We fit the dynamics of what a freshman should look like.
But one thing
you know what I'm saying?
Back then was you had, it's crazy. It might sound funny and fucked up, but back then you had some of the heavyset girls was cute as shit. Their bodies was just fucked up. On some real
hold up, man. They bodies not fucked up, yo.
I mean, it was
not fucked up.
Bodies.
Don't do that.
Back as a joke, but basically the heavyset one would be cute, but they would just be a little bit overly inflated. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be as
overly inflated. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So when I was in,
but they would be cute as shit though, for real. They'd be like,
man, I'm not doing it.
When I was,
I'm not going there. I'm just saying.
When I was in,
that's
like
what it was. But then
junior high, high school, I've always just kind of gravitated towards, you know what I'm saying, a thicker chick. Like, I've always just liked
that's
women,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
All right, let me ask you a question. I ain't even being smart or funny. Is your mom's a larger woman?
Not yet. Like, she was slightly above average.
So
slightly above average.
My mom's was a medium, smaller chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the first thing we see when we're born is our mother.
Mm-hmm.
And that tends to be what you gravitate towards. And I try to tell dudes that
my
your mom's is the first woman you ever see fully, as I'm supposed to be dating something like
my mother was slim. Most of the life, and then and got not chubby, but got a little bit more. What's this shit? Filled out a little bit more, but she was still slim.
But once they get 40, once they hit that late 30, early 40, they become who they really are.
Right, but I'm saying, but she always maintained that though. She never got real, obese or anything like that. She was
so your wife is like your mother.
Yeah, I actually can say yeah now, yeah. Actually, yeah. You know what? I can honestly say yes. Yes. Regardless of how it went.
Yes.
And they did whatever.
Yes.
Outcome up until now, and you looking at it physically. Yes, I agree with you 1,000%. Yes.
Yes. And I say,
anybody lie and say different, wrong as hell. Hey, they can borrow these. They can borrow these motherfuckers.
But that's where it is, and that's where we, because that's the first woman you see every day for up until you there, and she come get you. You see her pictures, fam. That's who she is. And that is your picture of what your woman should look like. Yeah, I told her, it ain't coincidence that dude dates certain type of chicks.
And it's crazy, like you say, no matter the outcome of how it got there before you met that individual and they did whatever they did, with the outcome up to the present now, and you look, and unconsciously we ain't thinking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not thinking about it in that manner. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, once you said it, that's a valid point. Because as soon as that computer file went in my head, I was like, damn, yo, you know what? You're right. You're right.
Like, and you got to look. And it's funny, though, because all my women are the same complexion. All the women I've ever dealt with, except one, she was dark skinned. But I don't have a color issue. I don't have I don't have a thing like that. But all my women are damn near the same complexion.
She was the only dark skinned one that, you know what I mean? I was like, but I did that for whatever reason. But everybody else was damn near, my wife's complexion or a little lighter or whatever, or red bone, whatever. That's all that came my way. But I had no issues. I have no issues with anybody though. You know what I'm saying?
That's the difference for me.
That's natural.
My mother was light.
People always
my mom was light bright, but I've always dated dark skinned women. But
it's crazy. My mother was light skinned. As she got older, my mother got sick. But my mom was always she was light skinned. But when she got sick, her hue just changed because of sickness. It got a little darker. Right. But outside of that, I'm like, damn. Then I'm sitting there like, yo. Then I used to get these questions. But what, you got something against dark skinned girls? I said, nah. That was like, that's just how it always happened. They came to me like that, light skin or red bonish. You know what I'm saying? Or caramel complexion. They just came to me like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
all my ladies are the same complexion. And it just fucked up like that. And I tell motherfuckers, if I was gonna get a nurse, something in the medical field, a school teacher, that's just the way it ran. Like, God damn, what I know about these fucking school teachers? Or it was gonna be it's always that's where it gravitated. That shit was crazy.
For me, well, when it comes to my black women, I love a dark skinned sister.
I love all my shades.
But other than that, I've pretty much dated the Rainbow Coalition. Like I've touched on all pretty much damn it every race.
I saw him.
I'm this guy. I'm dating this guy. What that mean? Sony beat us again?
Hey, hold up. Inga's calling. Inga. It's Swedish.
Had a couple of Ingas. Go say it.
A
couple of Ingas and some Filipinos.
But when expectations, like we need to, and I'm gonna just kick this back to this, and this is where I'm gonna did this subject.
Right.
And I'm guilty of it. What we expect of our other half, we should expect of ourselves.
Oh yeah, you got to expect it of yourself first.
And once because they have expectations of us, and one thing I'm growing on and getting to is being a better me as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like eliminating the conflict. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. This is real shit, yo. Sunday. No, Saturday. Wife's cleaning up. We clean up the house for everybody to come over. Blah, blah, blah. I come downstairs. I'm change my clothes. I'm ready to walk out the door. Hey, babe, I'm going out to have a shot with Suge and Haywood. I'll be right back. All I got from downstairs was the hell you are. You know what I did? Walked my ass back upstairs, put my cleanup clothes back on, and went the fuck where I was going. Look, and went and finished doing what the fuck she was doing.
That's right.
Because guess what?
That's what I called you. Yeah. Okay.
I took my punk ass butt back upstairs because some battles ain't worth fighting.
Yeah,
Especially when you got a legit gripe.
But on the serious note, though,
when the gripe is real,
on a serious note, then I'm glad you touched on that. On a serious note, when even though it went that way, you know what I'm saying, mines will ask me, she'll be like, babe, the day before, like, what's your plans? I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. I always tell that. I'll figure it out. I'm not sure yet. She said, well, do you mind if I go meet, my peoples or whatever? I'll be like, all right, cool. And she won't be that long, you know what I'm saying? And she'll go, or I know she like to go, so she'll go with her cousins and go whatever. But I know she want to know, am I going to be in the house? Am I going here, going there? So my thing is to dead all that shit. I know me. I know how I am. I get out there, start having fun. And I'm one of them type people that I lose track of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm the same way.
The phone is, and it's not done intentionally. I've just never really been a phone type person like that, or just be like on a clock.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But as I've gotten deeper into my relationship and my marriage, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. She'll go do what she gotta do. I said, I don't know. I figured I might do something. I might go somewhere, whatever. And I'll have my outfit to be all laid out, what I'm going, put on or whatever. Got, the hookup, whatever. Man, she'll get there. She's like, I'm here to say, babe, what you doing? I'm just here watching TV. I'm just listening to some music. And she'll get home.
Yeah.
I thought she went out. Nah, I'm good. I ain't really need to do all that because I'm that one, and Holly can attest to this and vouch for this. I've been that one a lot of times where if I left a party or something, like when we wound up at Johnson's or what have you, when I come in, I'm that type of dude that on some real shit, bro, they do this. As soon as I hit the door and I'm like, hey, what's up? Boom, 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 boom. And we chopping it up. Somebody like this, bro. On some real shit. Somebody like this. Going dip, 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 boom. Mind you, it could be innocent, whatever. And she bought it, and I really didn't pay no attention until she brought it to my attention. My wife brought it to my attention and was like, hey, you gotta I know you popular, whatever, and you don't carry yourself like that. But she said, I don't know what it is, but people, you're the type of person that you always gotta watch what you do when you go out wherever you go. I was like, the fuck? I said, man, I'm always gonna be. She said, no, that's not what I'm saying. You have to watch where you bet. So I started paying more attention. I always had my head on the swivel, mind you, but I'm not from here. So I had to start learning in different, because I would frequent with some of the friends. I go to Johnson every now and then. Then when I start going with a different set of friends, mind you, a whole different group. Once people start getting a hold and gravitate towards Johnson's, now you get this group coming 1 week. You may not see them all the time. Then you see the regulars there. Then you see the mingle. So now it all started blending in together, where the ones that's with the bullshit is on this shit blending in, and on your face like, "What's up, Don? What's going on, baby? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom. Yo, Teflon Don here. You know what I'm saying? Train here. I seen Holly doing something. So then I really start. My antennas start going. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to allow a situation to just dead me having a good time. I'm gonna just be more mindful of my movements and my actions, because I've learned that over a period of time that people are miserable.
Yeah,
they're trying to find a way to justify their bullshit by using you as a tool to make them happy and amused. And you see this, and have people go ha 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 ha. And don't make no mistake about it. They got checked about that shit, but at the end of the day, I'm like, nah, you're not gonna play with me like that. I'm not that person. So I established that, and then it stopped. But now it's like we'll go out, whatever, my wife, and people try to gravitate towards her, and I'm like, we ain't on that. We ain't on that. No, we're not on that. But there's
certain games I just don't play. There's certain games because there's always somebody out there, like you said, that's miserable.
Right.
And misery loves company.
There you go.
Yep. Say it again.
There you go.
All right.
But that was just to how his point that they out there with the bullshit because they're
expectation. You don't expect nothing. I don't expect. And my last point, like places like Johnson's and Winston's and whatever, they're associates.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them cats is just associates. You know, we see each other here, but if you never broke bread with them, they never been to your house, they never hung out with you. They're not friends. They're just associates. They're just who they are. They're just people you see when you out.
Right.
But you guys said, like, you ever been in my house? Then we good. You know what I'm saying? And I deemed you as good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you met my wife, you know what? You can meet my wife when my wife's out. You might see your wife, but anything outside of me, and there's certain things that you can't. I will not share with you. You know what I'm saying? We will not have a conversation about.
It's nobody's business.
I mean, I'm just saying in general. Like we've never had a general conversation about anything. When you go to about sports, women, drinks, cars, and bullshit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Any other intermediate bullshit. I can say they had done our conversation might be like, what are we gonna do next weekend? I'm having a conversation with him because we good. Yeah. Right. I can't have that conversation with you. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. So you kind of control. I tell everybody you can kind of control the narrative.
Yeah, of course. You
know what I'm saying? You kind of control the narrative.
But you gotta pay attention to be able to do that though.
So what's up next?
All right, so we're gonna talk about something that I enjoyed yesterday, which is building bridges. Now I've known you for about 10, 15 years now. But everybody that there yesterday has known you for 30 plus. Right. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, like Dre knew a couple of them. But like for me, a lot of them, that was my first time meeting them. But you couldn't tell. You know what I'm saying? If outsider would have came in and into that conversation, they'd have been like, oh, he's been running with them forever. And it was because it just you get accepted, real, recognized real, and it just gets accepted that way. It's a bunch of grown men, everybody, 45 plus at least.
42.
Okay, so 42 plus. So everybody gonna have a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's thinking on we just want to sit, chill. We might crack some jokes, cut up a little bit, but the level, like, there's so many brothers that I met yesterday that I could see in the street now, and they're like, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? Building bridges. Right. And sometimes in order to build the right bridges, you got to let some bridges collapse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You gotta let some bridges fall away because not every bridge is meant for you to walk back across. So when you start hanging out with married couples, you know what I'm saying, with you and your wife, you're hanging out with married couples, a lot of your single friends, they still cool. But we can't run like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm thinking about on a day-to-day basis and what you're thinking about on a day-to-day basis is two totally different things. Sure. I'm thinking, oh, I walk past some flowers. Let me grab some flowers for my wife. I'm on my way home. Or, damn, I've been out here for like 2-3 hours. Let me go and scoop my wife up and at least spend the rest of the day with her. A single man is just thinking, shit, I'm trying to see what's the next set of drawers I'm gonna get in. You know what I'm saying? So when your mindset changed, the bridges that you build to change. And once you start building those bridges, honestly, you start to see the shift in your marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You start to see that your marriage takes on a different life because you're not sitting there going, okay, well, you go your way and I go my way on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's no way for a marriage to
I'm
survive.
gonna tell you, this is the craziest thing. I was laughing at my man, right? So, because he recently got into a relationship, probably been in about a year. I said, the best thing about being married, he's like, you never had to worry about who you going to the party with.
Who you going home with?
Who you going home with? You ain't got it. You took all that other bullshit off the table.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you the best thing about marriage, in my opinion.
I ain't said the best thing. I said thing.
I know, but
that ain't the best thing. I said it just makes it easier.
Well, one of the things that makes it a lot easier too as well, which it's all in the grains. It's not no one trying to shoot the better answer, nothing like that. I'm just saying to go along with that because that's all legitimate as well. But is knowing your wife's comfortability and knowing who she's laying in the bed with, knowing who she's laying with. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't got to worry about as soon as I come in the house, damn, which Andre came into the house this time? Which
right.
Which personality am I going to want to get? You know what I mean? It's none of that. Because when you hit your threshold of your own house, it should be peace. No trouble should follow you to your doorstep.
Exactly.
My grandma always taught me that if you want trouble at your doorstep, you're gonna be the one to bring that shit. Not nobody else. No, it starts with you. Once you did that and you get that in your head and you move a certain type of way, boom. And like I say, I met my wife. She let me know a few things. You know what I'm saying? And damn, I'm like, I didn't just let it go this way and out of one ear. I heard it, and this is as we were dating. And I'm like, damn, shit, that's a lot, yo. I'm like, the fuck? For real? So I knew, I'm like, okay, well, damn, I ain't no intentions on acting in that manner anyway, but it's like, wow. But now it's like I think more of her feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you, my person, it's like you got to be able to speak your truth to people who give a fuck about you, and you can respond back to them. And whoever hears on the podcast, it may help somebody along the way as well. But my wife literally was working. She had a regular job going on. Everything was good. She just took a part-time job just to have extra money to do what she wanted to do, just to, get her little, you know how women do. For whatever reason, right? So, and then I'm like, my phone would ring, boom. Babe, what you doing? You good? Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, I'm fine. Phone would ring, boom, 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 boom. But like I said, I was a wild boy. She know me, but I'm not going to disrespect her. But only thing in her mind is like, damn, everybody's A-Train. You know what I'm saying? So she fighting against A-Train, Andre. A-Train, Andre. So I'm explaining to her like, A-Train, Andre is the same fucking person. You know what I'm saying? But no, seriously, there's no A-Train and Andre is the same person. But the end of as time goes, I had to really understand what she was saying. I was like, damn,
you got to get rid of A-Train.
I said, hold up, you know what? She right. The people out in outside of my doorstep, when we run into them and we pass paths, know me as A-Train. A lot don't know me by Andre. And she will tell people, she's like, well, nah. And I hear on conversation, nah, some people, she said, is that him acting like that? He cutting up? She said, yeah, girl, this boy funny as hell. She's like, a lot of people don't see that side of me because I'm serious a lot. You know what I mean? I'm out on these streets. I'm like, I don't play disrespect. If I got her on my hip, on my arm, you know what I mean? We command that respect. You know what I mean? We get it. It just automatically comes. You know what I mean? But I say that to say I'm more conscious and aware of her feelings because after she told me what she told me, it made me really go, damn, what the fuck? I had to think. She quit her second job because her words to me was this. And I want everybody, if they listen on this podcast, this may help you if you're going through something. My wife left her second job at the time. We're way past that now, but she left her job because she was like, babe, can I be honest with you? I was kind of nervous to bring this up to you, but I feel like I can bring it up to you now. She said the reason why I left the second job, she said because I had no problem going to my regular job, coming home. She said, I left because I literally was really worried about what you were out there doing.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
fucked,
had that.
bro.
Listen, bro.
That fucked me up. I ain't showed him a face like I'm listening to it, but in my mind and my mentals, I was like, shit. That fucked me up right there. And I was like, oh shit. And then that's when ding ding ding, my mom and them grandmothers, they got arrested dead, but although that shit, the visions and shit, and the just you see a flash or some shit like that, and you just like, what the fuck? You get one of them moments, but you consume what you know what's going on in your head and where it's coming from, and the information that's being whoa. I'm like, oh shit. Damn. I'm like, I get it.
So that being said, listen, bro. And it took me a minute with my wife because she was like, I worry about if you up in a bitch's face, this, that, the third. And she called me friend Jolly Holly. That was so I had to get rid of that. I had to pull that dude back, son, because most of us are personable type dudes, so we can strike up a conversation with anybody.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
I have an uncanny gravitational pull when it comes to women.
See, and that's I can
be doing the smallest thing, say the smallest little thing to do whatever I'm doing. And I'm not the cutest dude, the sexiest dude, and I don't portray that shit. I'm an ordinary motherfucker that work every day like everybody else. But I can have a conversation, and it'd be like, and they in it. And I'm not talking about you know what I'm saying? And that's it. I realized I gotta pull that nigga back. I put that nigga on the shelf. That nigga's got to go on the shelf. He can't be. I can say hi, how you doing, but we can't have a conversation. You feel what I'm saying? Because what happens is they find out that you're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
You speak well. You got it going on. And it looks like an end. So you can't give them the end.
And I'm gonna tell you something on that right there, because when my wife was out somewhere and two females was like, "Hey girl," gave my wife a hug. Hey train, and I walked off. I said, "I'm going around and get the car right quick." She's all right, cool. They stay in their turn. I'll just pull around. And she got in the car. She said, "Drake, them girls crazy as hell." What are they talking about? I want what you got. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I said, she told you that? She said, yeah, talking about, yeah. Well, girl, I want what you got.
What did what's the name say we was at we were doing with what's the name, the girl put on lipstick. I was like, I ain't thinking about that chick. I'm over here. I had my back to her.
But see, what some women don't understand, and even some men for that fact, they can say to your woman, I want what you got, but it's because of what you have that you're the man that you are. You know what I'm saying? So being with a different woman is gonna get a different person. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though? But they see how I treat my lady though.
Yeah, but you may not treat that other woman the way you treat your lady because they're different people.
I know that part,
but a different person out of
their perception of, damn, girl, I want to find me somebody. You know what I mean? I want what you have. Because they went that route, and then they kept spinning it back, kept saying it. And I'm like, I ain't paying no mind, babe. I'm good. I got who I got. I'm like, they can't get this. It's only one train. It's only one me.
The crazy thing about it, everybody else like, yo, and I'll say it by myself. I want that. That's a whole asshole. That's a handful right there, boy. That take a special motherfucker to deal with. And I ask my mom, like, yo, that's a mental case. I'm telling you. Did that thing get wound up? Look, what they say, all that glitters ain't gold.
Yeah.
But what you saying, like, that's me. That's mine, though. That's mine. So, but I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I know. We're like, yeah, that's a whole mental case right there. I'm that, oh, she cute. Yeah, all that. But you got to take the whole package.
We call it special bag of marbles, because only thing you want to hear out of that shit, you want to hear special. Now the rest of that shit, marbles can be for the good or for the bad. Now we hope you get the good marble, because you don't want the bad marble, because the bad marble gonna cut your ass out, go off on you. upside.
And zero fucks is given.
Yeah.
All kind of shit. For real.
Zero fucks is given.
What?
Previous relationships,
I'm like, what?
shit. I was for the streets, nigga. I was.
And that's what I'm saying.
But now I'm with a woman who I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I'm like, I can't wait to get home. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm going out, shit, my lady could go ahead and get on the seat with me. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's take this ride.
I've
I'm
always
gonna tell you
been
like this, though, and like I say, I ain't no fag homo on no stretch of the form, and no disrespect to nobody who may rock that way. But my thing is, I've always prided myself on if I was out and I'm in the store or something, because I like to do that shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes by myself, if I'm out, I'm like, all right, I'm going to look, I'm going to get this, I'm checking. And I'm not out there just by myself just because I'm out there. Nah, I'm out there looking for shit either for the house or I'm thinking about her. I'm like, damn, what can I get her to bring behind? And it ain't about materialistic. It's just a thought of, I'm going to get myself, maybe she might like this right here. Then there's been a lot of times
thinking about it.
I done hit her up. I've been out by myself, called her and been like, hey, what you doing? Man, I'm just chilling, just talking, on the phone. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna pull up. Are you dressed? Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna pull up. And I pull up and I hit the phone, just come on out. All right, well, I'm gonna get myself together now. Pull up, boom. Surprise, I take over the bridge. Just do different. I would just be doing different things, bro. Because that other shit, it was cool, but at the end of the day, I'm like, for me,
I'm trying to figure out.
It's old, bro.
I'm trying to figure out right now, Dre.
Hold on.
How to take
I'm put up in that bullshit. You feel me? Like, nah, because our lives are progressing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It's progressing. I'm not, keep listening to the same story you told me last week, and you still doing the same shit this week. You follow?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out now, Dre, because we want to go to the cigar smoke out in Philly, even if it's just for the day. Mm-hmm. So we got 2 dogs. I ain't killing a dog for a day. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure out, we ride up, get back in time to let the dogs out or whatever. I'm trying to figure that shit out now. Mm-hmm. I just want to go up there for about a couple hours. I mean, it's a Saturday. It's going to be 90 degrees.
Right.
We go up and get some brunch on the way up, grab something, smoke up real good. Just don't sip. You know what I'm saying? No, me and my wife up to Philly. You know, the Philly got the smoke, the cigar smoke out.
Week. Y'all did. Y'all was telling me about that.
So I'm trying to figure out how to pull that off. I want to go. So shit. I want to go, even if I get there for a couple hours. It's just a day trip up there. You feel me?
Yeah. And day trips to Philly is always good.
Yeah,
that's always chill. I went up to the I took a day trip up to go to the penitentiary.
Did you say her aunt live next door? Not to cut you off, Don. Did you say her aunt live next door?
Yeah, we might can check them motherfuckers.
Because they got the first penitentiary is in Philly.
I don't need to see.
Yes, it is.
No, it's actually a really cool tour.
Yeah,
because every prison in the United States is designed based on that.
Well, their designs suck ass. They need to be single man cells now.
They
don't need to have. They used to be.
They made multiple designs off of that prison where if something's here, they're gonna put it this way, that way. But it lets you know that if you're walking through this, you're going to know about the time. The tour is good. Don't get me wrong, but by the time you leave the tour, you're going to really know that at the end of the day, fuck the bullshit. That's some place you don't want to be.
Because
motherfucker, I done been in behind that thick ass.
And they do have
right. I'm good. I know that.
And you got the thing when you hear that is an eerie ass sound that.
Dre, when people don't know this, but when you're in the bookings, right, and you have a warrant in the bookings, we had to come get you out the booking and take you into the jail.
Yeah,
because you got to get rebooked. Yeah, so that means we got to go into the jail.
Yeah,
and that door the size of the Price is Right door.
That big
closed.
Hold up,
it closed behind you. Like,
bruh, I used to listen to that shit every day. That was my job.
Done. You like this in the back, boom, 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 and then the shit's turning. All you see out that window is this. That shit going like this. Boom.
Yep.
That's the first door, Don.
Yeah, that's the one to get in and get all your shit off.
Yeah.
That's the first fucking
Fuck
door,
that.
right? Then you get out, you walk, you looking like, oh shit. Next thing you know, boom. Then you get in, I'm like, oh my God. It's
Because
crazy.
like if somebody is incarcerated and they catch a charge,
Mhm.
you got to
gotta
take
take
them
'em out.
back out to book it.
And the book them
Yeah.
again. And
You got to
same
have
way
them
when
booked in.
same way when they get a warrant, when they got you gotta serve. We the only one that can serve.
Mm.
Law enforcement the only one that can serve warrants. So you
If
gotta
you get popped,
reserve them.
if you get popped in Baltimore,
If you in the cell.
hold up, they're gonna hold you there. Then they're gonna make the phone call. Your ass gonna sit there till 7 o'clock in the morning because they're gonna come and pick you up from there and take your ass back to the county and get rebooked
Yeah.
all over again. And then
We know that.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Yeah.
I've driven dudes straight to the county to avoid the bullshit. I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
because in Baltimore County, the precincts roll. So it's one on the east side, it's one on the west side.
right.
So you got to figure out which precinct is taking the prisoners. I'd be like, look, so look, all right, we can take dude out there. The Baltimore County don't do like Baltimore City. They send you back out of jail for any fucking thing. Baltimore County, we took a dude out there that ran over glass. They gave him some of those phone slippers, made him see the doctor, and took his ass to.
Wow.
The Baltimore City, no, nigga, you got to take him, sit in the hospital with him, let
Mhm.
them clear him.
Yeah.
You can spend 8 hours locking a motherfucker up. And I'll be like, yo, this is some bullshit.
Because
Yeah,
I
you
saw
You want these
spend the
motherfuckers
whole
in
day.
jail,
when I was working at
but
Hopkins.
you want us to be out here.
When I was working at Hopkins, I would come on. They hey, what's up, big man? I'm like, yo, what's up? Then I go look I'm like,
Where did you work at? Which Hopkins, yo?
right
they
there,
you were-
right across from Mama Mia's.
Oh, you worked at, when was you down there?
I was down there 2010, 2011.
2010. I you know, that's why that was one of my first security gigs down there
Yep,
from 90,
2010,
92 to
2011,
93.
2010, 2011.
Yeah.
I worked there,
Okay.
then I went to the
What shift?
I was morning shift.
So you was with Mac and them.
I worked morning shift. Yeah, because morning was Mac was a PSO, what they call it.
Yeah, he was a senior.
Yeah,
Mac. That's my man.
Yeah,
Mac is my man.
and he always wore the ride the Segway and shit with the green beanie.
No, I said Mac, the supervisor. Mike,
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
McNair.
Yeah, McNair. Yep, there you go.
McNair,
Yep.
Spencer.
Yeah.
Walt Vaughn was my cousin.
Real cool dude. Yep,
Yeah.
Wow. It's crazy.
real cool.
Smaltimore, boy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Smaltimore. All right, what you got for us today, Dre?
We got Prem.
All right. I'm gonna say this. What was your topic again? If you don't mind, repeat it.
Mine was building bridges.
No. Yours, Holly.
Expectations.
Expectations. Building bridges.
Yeah.
All right. So the tide. So in my man Don C words, the tide all in. My thing is basically in a nutshell is to basically what is it? It's on the lines of not losing sight. Not losing sight and staying focused. But that's why I told him, I was like, I like how this is because it's organic. It ain't like I'm gonna say this, we're gonna put this together. It's just coming together like as it should be. But my thing is, given everything was said so far tonight, and like I say, as far as my wife goes, it's imperative that us as black men that have beautiful relationships, or us as black men that know folk that are in relationships and we all hang out together. And because we structure each other, whether we think so or not, we structure each other out with advice and all that good stuff, right? And I have no problem accepting that. My thing is sometimes, because everybody gets in a mood sometimes, you know what I mean? And just like you feel like you want to say F everything. You know what I mean? And that being said, it's like, yo, damn, yo. Everything going good. Now you want to take 5 steps back. Then you clear that up. Then you back good again. But us as black men, we have a tendency to get the mindset of getting upset, and then you fuck around and lose sight. So therefore, when you lose sight, you find yourself doing a little stupid weird shit that you may think nothing of, but the perception of it too that you ever have is like, hey, what the fuck is this? You know, is that what we're doing now? You know, whatever. And then it's like, hold up. So now you got to get back, refocus. Be like, wait a minute, it's not that. Because now you got to get past the argumentative part. Like, it's not, I'm not trying to argue, babe. I'm stating the fact to say, hey, this is where we're at. This is not like how this is perceived to be. But I can understand where you could take that to. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, we always have to remain calm. And I thank you, my good brother, for giving me some advice last night because I had a lot of time to think about that at work. You have to be focused and mindful of your surroundings because sometimes we lose sight of where we are. So when you out there and just blurting all shit, it's not a good look for everybody else to hear it and be like, damn, yo, what the fuck? What's going on? You know, are they good? You know what I'm saying? Because if there's an issue internally, you can handle that once you're away from everybody because it may not be nothing. I'm like, oh, man, I know, they just don't understand, you know, boom. But it's the perception of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I'm glad that you see what I'm saying.
It's literally the perception of that shit. So when you realign yourself back and be focused, therefore, you know, you're back on your ding and you're good. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. So it's so easy when you become complacent in your relationship that you lose focus. Like things that you used to focus on in the past, and that's kind of what locked her in. You know what I'm saying? That's what locked her into you.
Right.
But then after a while, it's like, okay, well, I gotta. You get complacent, and you start to be like, I don't have to focus on that no more, but you do.
It's always a constant. Yeah, it's work. You never stop working.
You always
gotta keep rocking.
Marriage is a 24/7. Yo,
yes.
Outside of people that have been married for 60 years, I know some shit went on in the marriage for 60 years.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm this is my mind state on like marriage and to go with you say stay focused, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know that most males ain't ready to get married before 40. I'm late 30s, early 40s.
Right.
We ain't even there yet. You shouldn't even think about marriage because you still haven't figured out you yet.
Right.
You just started getting your stroke now. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, you know, boom, you know, now you in the women, you know, you good. Your career, you should be in your career, like in your career, you should be gathering shit. You should be moving forward. You just kind of get the wheel spinning.
Right.
So just as you get the wheel spinning, get used to what you got going on, and you haven't enjoyed it. That's just my personal opinion. What's wrong?
I think you're cutting in and out. Hold on.
I heard him clear.
So you know you haven't enjoyed it. You got to give yourself some leeway. Like my son, my son's 17. You know, they girl like that. I was like, dude, you're doing too much. You're 17. You know how many? Yo, go enjoy your life. Let that be. I ain't, you know, whatever it is you like it, cool. You probably won't even remember it 10 years from now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, as you get older, you got to experience life. I said, you can't do shit until you get some experience under your belt. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. You gotta be able to take care of you first before you can think about taking care of somebody else.
That's definitely. And then at the end of the day, I'm a stickler of if you ain't been through some shit, you can't tell me shit. If you have no experience of going through something, you can't tell me nothing.
I got one better than that.
I'm gonna say that was my mindset. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the one. This is the key, Dre. I've always hung around older people. The older cats, even my father always said, what the fuck are you gonna learn from him? Y'all out here doing the same dumb shit.
Exactly.
But y'all gonna make the same. You can't learn shit from me. Y'all can fuck up together, but you ain't gonna learn shit unless you see them do something that look real fucked up. Then you'll learn.
And then you know not to do this shit.
But the older cats, you got to get with them. That's why I gravitate towards the older cat. I like the popes. I like older people because they always got something to drop on you.
They always dropping jewels, bro. Yes, they always dropping jewels. And at the end of the day,
if you willing to listen, they willing to tell you.
Yeah.
Like there was a time when I would miss the simple things. The simple things. I'll tell you what I mean. I'm at Home Depot picking up some stuff for the house or whatever. And I know my lady loves plants.
Mm-hmm.
But in previous relationships, I'd see something that I know that my girl likes, but I don't even think about it. Now, man, if I'm anywhere, Home Depot, Lowe's, the grocery store, I will definitely, if I see a plant, I'm like, you know what? She would, and it's the small thing. It's not even something big.
Exactly.
It's the small plant might have cost you $5, but it's the fact that you thought about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we got to stay, like you said, you got to stay focused on things like that.
And not lose sight. You know what I'm saying?
If we going out somewhere, I know my lady, when she goes out, she want to partake of some food. She want to eat while she drink. Okay, so I need to take her someplace where we could go ahead and sit down, chill, eat, drink.
Right. That's the key when you out. Because, Johnson's is for us niggas to work and come home, or you just gonna hang out for a couple minutes. There ain't no food in that bitch that you order from the Chinese joint or whatever. But when you out with your lady, I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to eat some wings, talk some shit, sip on the drink. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna be there for a couple minutes because we're gonna blow some time.
But I discovered though that shit is fun though, yo. It is. It's fun. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why it's fun for us, because no matter where we go, and y'all probably experience this too with y'all have. It's like, man, Mello goes somewhere, and Holly see it all the time because he get, hey, why don't y'all call us? But we'll go somewhere, yo, and the shit could be like not that crowded or whatever. All of a sudden, that shit fill up, and people for some reason they gravitate towards us, just off the break, just gravitate towards us, start talking, and boom, boom, have a good old time. Especially when we go to the beers at the Jetty Bar. They want to get the white folks want to get grabbed on the chain and all this bullshit. We like, we talking about.
Remember when you came down Gateway that night, yo? We was in that bitch for a long fucking time.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that though.
Yeah, we was in there on lunchtime and that. Yeah. It was my man pulled out the hookah and turned the heat lamp on. It was like, yo, we out this bitch, yo. And just that atmosphere right there, food, drink, good people,
cutting up.
It's just what it is. I mean, like how we move. Steve and Sabrina, us. We got other people, but it's like like you met Gerald yesterday.
Right.
Yeah. Gerald and his wife, she got grandkids, so there's a whole lot of time with the grandkids and everything. So I know what he's up to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you feel what I'm saying? So everybody. I said, life be lifing out this bitch. Yeah. That's all it is. That's what I call life. I said, it's life. Life be life. We got shit to do.
Man left and hit me. Come through. I was like, oh shit. And that's what my man said. Yeah, you just got the stamp of approval, bro. Mm-hmm. My man told me, he did it himself. He was like literally, he hit me up. Like, the fuck? He like, come through. Then he hit me again. Come through. I was like, oh, I bet.
Because like first time I met son, we was at Post.
Yeah, we was out at the Post.
We was out at the Post.
Eating we all fucking that chicken up. We were sitting at the back table. They was ready to beat up some shit.
But it was so chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Steve is he's a quiet person until you get to know him. If you don't know him, he ain't doing all that shit with you.
Right.
He real chill, real quiet. But when he opens up and you see the difference.
I don't know what it was, but
you're like, oh, okay.
On break, he opened up on break though. Got me. I was like, oh shit. Because I was sitting there and telling Holly, and I came, he was like this, he was looking. He was talking to Holly, and he'd be looking like this. He'd be like this. Like, yo. Then we got Holly got to the bathroom, and we wound up start talking about the whiskey and stuff like that. But like I say, man, it's nothing like meeting real people, man. Good people, good folk, y'all. That's what's up.
Hell yeah. So before we wrap up, y'all like to jump on this sports shit, so I prepared today. Thunder's up by 11.
I believe I called this last time.
I believe we had this.
And I said, y'all called it out. Who you got? And somebody said somebody. I said OKC.
I know. I said OKC.
I still said Pacers. My son's a Pacers fan. Even though Pacers took us out the game.
We didn't say the whole series yet. We said that game. I said OKC.
It's only second quarter.
Yeah, it's all can change.
It's only second quarter.
Still ride OKC.
Yeah, I'm riding OKC.
I'm gonna go ahead and ride with my son, just so I can,
Take another L.
really. Look, Pacers took us out the game.
But if
However,
I'm officially say, but if Pacers do pull this out, I'm going for OKC. If they happen to pull it out, whatever, then you know what I mean.
Indiana has to win one game.
I ain't gonna say we're going for the airways, but
yeah,
I got you.
They don't win one game. If they close, if they win the 2 games, it's over anyway.
well, they had OKC tonight.
Yeah, they got one more in OKC.
So if they pull this out,
if OKC wins this and they win another, it's over.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's 2-2.
Yep.
They won it. They're gonna try to get it back to Indiana, but I think if they go back to Indiana, OKC still gonna whoop their ass. Because I still stand on the principle that this is a bookie game. This is all about the money. This is a money line. This is a money line game.
Yes, sir.
Because you got dudes betting $1 million a game.
Yes,
who
sir.
gonna win this series? Who gonna win that series? It's a bookie game.
I'll scratch your back.
It's a bookie series.
Compact.
It's a bookie series. They're getting all kinds of money.
Make it look good. Make it look.
Oh yeah, they definitely getting crazy money off of this.
Political.
Well, it's all money. It's all money.
The fact that it's political.
Yeah, but you know.
But we're gonna wrap up for the night, fellas. It's been real, and it's been fun,
Yes.
and it's been real fun too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all day.
Let's do this shit again next Monday.
Hey, let's do it.
Why not?
And each time we come through, our topics are going to be stronger for the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I noticed about like the things that we talk about, it's the same thing that if you and your fellas get around each other, besides cutting up,
Right.
y'all gonna have some serious conversations.
Oh yeah.
So we gonna start inviting some more brothers in, have some serious conversations with us, cut up.
Right.
We got enough room on here for what, 5, I think.
I think next week I'm gonna put it out there. I think Ed needs to come on next week.
Who?
Ed, the grill master.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna plug him in next week.
It's a good conversation.
Plug Ed in.
You know what? We might be able to talk about grilling. It's summertime.
Yeah,
Everybody's grilling. I like to talk about smoking some shit.
I like to smoke about this good flathead V23. This good flathead
off the
V23.
grill. We don't want.
You know what? We're gonna have a grill cigar segment. I'm not a aficionado. I like what I like, but I can read up on cigars because guess what? Research is fundamental.
Absolutely. That's why it's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's truth.
That's why it's all about truth. We ain't forget about the damn title of the damn show.
No.
It's still about the truth.
And hold up, before we go, we have not forgot about Donald Trump.
Nah, not at all.
No.
Not at
This
all.
dude is the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
Yeah.
And people say, I cannot finish, motherfucker.
Go ahead.
I had a conversation with a young man, my man, he's a good dude, and he drives for Uber.
Was it essay?
I said, no, black dude. Cool, good dude. And I say, you know, that Uber thing with that Trump thing, and they supported a beautiful bill. Ain't affecting my money. And you can't be mad at, I'm not gonna call him ignorant, but I'm not being knowledgeable. I said, you need to go drive Lyft.
Yeah.
He said, but everybody else, I said, he said what he was gonna do. We ain't gotta guess if Uber is back in the big bill. He said it. He said, y'all are happy, everybody's happy. You need to let them slide. Go to Lyft. But everything on about, I'm spending Uber money right now. It ain't about the dollar. You know what I'm saying? It's about standing up for something. I said, we got to talk. He said, there's still black people that go and talk. Yeah, but they're $1 billion down. $1 billion. They feeling the burn because we already know. It's like going to work when you got a picket line. You know it's a motherfucker going to cross the picket line. It's a part of nobody's going to go 100%. And then when you get a chance, listen to the Puerto Rican reporter that did the thing it's probably on TikTok or Instagram that said, the only people that can save the United States is black people.
Yeah.
He said, because you can't deport them. You can't put them all in jail, and they battle tested.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But they not. She said, but they not, and I applaud them for sitting down.
Because the young lady, the older lady got on the thing. She was like, Trump is up to his stuff. He gonna do this. He gonna do this. Then it came across my feed and said the National Guard is out there already. Next is going to be the Marines. She said, I will implore all black folk stay out of it. That's all they was looking for, and
they looking for us.
Excuse. And guess what
Yep.
we did? Boom! But we
Sit your ass down.
We didn't have to do all that shit because at the end of the day, it's like, yo, they got and I'm gonna say it, and it may offend some folk, but I'm gonna say it because it's the truth. They got on there, gave black folks their ass to kiss.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to Trump, blah 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 blah, and now they're feeling the effects of the shit because
there was dancing and shit.
FAFO fucked around and found
getting
out.
it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they fucked around and found out, and yeah, because y'all don't know black folk like y'all think y'all know black folk. We created everything. When we through with a trend, we give that shit to y'all. We throw it away. Don't fuck with it no more. They pick it up and try to, and it don't work out for them. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, look, we are a smart, intelligent race. You know what I'm saying? But I tell everybody this: I'm not the most political type person. Even though I grew up with my grandmothers and them working the polls, and you hear about it. So growing up, you know about the shit. But at the end of the day, you already know that when you wake up, you just survive the best way you can. That's the only way to beat all this.
That's it.
You keep surviving the best way you can. Everybody wants to be on this algorithm with the same wavelength. Oh man, we're messed up. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do this. Fuck all that fear tactic shit. We saw what's happening. That's why our generation now ain't going for that bullshit. Mm-hmm. Now, if some of them let that shit slip through the cracks and didn't want to fight, that's on them. Like, y'all not doing that to us.
You'll see. You had during them demonstrations, it was a sea of Spanish, white, and others out there. I was like, yeah.
Did you see
like Whoopi said, we seen this shit before. This shit existed in the 50s and 60s. We ain't done nothing but take a page out of that bullshit.
And on two occasions, that one group went to go try that bullshit, and somebody in that town, them jokers came right across that bridge and was like, yo, sent their ass right back.
Go back over there. We ain't fucking with y'all.
No, not to glorify anything, but the cops right there, and the cops, they was like, oh, we not messing with them. They said, y'all better not get in our way. They did what they did to them folk, took their flag, and made their ass get on.
Go back over there. Oh, we over here. We ain't fucking with y'all.
And they did it twice.
Yeah.
They did it twice, and then somewhere else after that it was something else, and they lit into their ass.
That clan shit gets no burn in the black neighborhood. So they keep all that.
Hell yeah.
I wake up, I'm on my way to work, come across my feed on a video. Please, black people, we're sorry. We're sorry. Please, we didn't know. You did know, but you thought it was a fucking joke.
Y'all was so racist, so feminist that y'all didn't want a black woman in office. So y'all
and to bring it, and like I said, and to bring it back home, we go to work every day. Or those of us that's not retired right now, but we go to work, and the white folk or whoever, and they try to institute their little whatever. And we're like, all right, what's the assignment? All right, we go knock it out. They're like, oh shit. So now they're noticing in the workforce, there's no pushback. We got to do. But all you hear throughout the day and then lunchtime, man, then you got on the road, you see the essays, they walk, we riding past, and the essays doing their thing. We see them on the road and they looking, and they waving and shit. Or they got their little joint, the flag joint, they flipping and they waving, and we just we wave back and just keep moving.
Yeah, it won't be long. Trump just said he wants to push harder in sanctuary states like New York,
Chicago, LA,
and
I'm sure Baltimore.
They
already out here. We see them every day. They
said they was on roll the roof for it.
They snatching people off Ritchie Highway up there by Navy Federal.
The Home Depot.
Yeah. They snatching them up every day up this bitch. The La Quinta hotels, all that shit. They snatching them up.
Now, all right, we're gonna end this on a positive note, because that dude pissed me off and irritated me.
So don't go nowhere, Dre. But for tonight, y'all, we out.
We are.
Damn good show. We see y'all all next Monday. If you get an opportunity, drop into Love, Sex, and Society. We'll be back this Wednesday with Bridget, Angie, and yours truly. So if you get an opportunity, drop in. Oh, before we leave, if you tuned in tonight, if you tune in later on, huh? Candy?
The candy.
Oh, we'll do that next week.
Okay.
We'll do that next week. If this is your first time tuning in, please do us a favor, hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. So this way, we become a part of the algorithm. And every time we go live, you get to jump on with us. You can become a part of the show. You can chop it up with us. You can let your voice be heard. We'll put your comments on screen, everything. So anyway, we'll see y'all all next Monday. Be easy, folks.
Who's Nika B? Yo, she said I need food. Damn it.
Give him a lot.
I need food. Damn it. The outro. What I hit end stream.
Yep, in stream.
Anxiety.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Truth.